What's up, friends? This is Mike Ward here. I want to talk to my soldiers out there, my male and female soldiers who've been in combat and been deployed and under extreme duress or stressful situations. I want to talk to you about something called operator syndrome. Operator syndrome is a recently described constellation of interrelated medical behavioral issues. And it's observed a lot of the times in like special forces operations, personnel. Also, particularly, it doesn't have to be special forces. It can just be people who've had extensive deployment and combat exposure, right? It's not a single disease. It's a syndrome reflecting several cumulative effects of chronic and extreme stress because of physical demands. So some of the things that you might notice or you might be experiencing are like endocrine dysfunction. Think low testosterone, right? Sleep disturbances. You might have terrible time sleeping. You might wake up feeling sweaty and just terrible sleep. Chronic pain like joint pain, neck pain, back pain. You may have traumatic brain injury, neurobehavioral symptoms like depression, anxiety, PTSD, anger, cognitive impairment, right? Hypervigilance, where you're just like always on guard, right? Sexual health and intimacy issues, substance abuse, family dysfunctions like social dysfunction, difficulties just transitioning back to civilian life. So these are not, you're not going crazy. This is a syndrome. This is something that's real, and it's not always known or thought of by people like providers, medical providers. It's thought to result from extraordinary high allostatic load, repeated stress, repeated trauma over and over again, extreme physical exertion. So this repeated exposure, like blast injuries, stuff like that, sleep deprivation, all that stuff, it's really hard on the body. And it causes a disruption in the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, and it leads to testosterone deficiency. It's unique to the armed forces, and it's due to the operational tempo and exposure of all that stuff, right? So management requires a multidisciplinary approach, right? Often involving medications, neuropsychology, endocrinology, and other specialties. This syndrome is distinct from, but overlaps with PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and chronic pain syndromes. This is not something that should be dismissed. This is something that you need to get help for. You would not believe how many people have this particular syndrome, don't seek help because they don't want to be seen as weak, or they don't want to think that they're the only ones that are experiencing this. You can get help out there. So I just want you to know that this is something, and I hope that you'll take this information and you'll take it to somebody who can help you. All right. I wish you the very best. I have kids in the military. My oldest 1 and 2 sons are in the military. And I know that it's tough being out there. It's tough being deployed. It's tough being exposed to high stress situations. And I just want you to know that there's help out there. So I hope you can get it. You guys take care. I'm Mike Ward, and I'm out.